Hey guys, Tomboy601, and today we are in Arena. I have really enjoyed this past season. As this season comes to a close, I think we can say this has been one of the best seasons of Arena in a very long time, if not ever. I think this season has really hit its stride with a unique game mode that is engaging to play and absolutely a ton of fun. I think the addition of these power-ups in game have been like legitimately they've made this game mode a whole lot better. It feels really good just because there's that added level of strategy and play, and when you can get in a good team, when everyone kind of fires on all cylinders and you have a team that understands what power-ups they need to go for and like what the best strategy is, it just feels like everything is popping off on all cylinders. What have you guys thought of Arena? Let me know down in the comments below. I'm interested to hear because, like I said, I've had a ton of fun this season. I'm interested to hear what you guys have. The overall, I think the battle fatigue system is interesting. I think it may need to be toned back to either like a weekly fatigue. That way, people who play on the weekends aren't at such an inherent disadvantage to people who can play all day, every day. But, you know, as far as everything else goes, I really liked it. Anyways, let's go ahead and get into this commentary. We have both enemy destroyers sitting broadside to us, and we are in the Emil. So we're going to go ahead and pop off a couple of shots and get ready to try to do some damage. The two of them running pretty much neck and neck to each other, so if we can hit them, we're going to do some damage. We did already get 2 citadels on that Königsberg, and they have just turned out enough to where they are no longer broadside, and we're no longer get too many juicy hits, and we can now see that something else has popped up. The final round of the power-ups. Of course, our team was able to secure the 2 gimme power-ups, if you will, one of which, both of which being the steering gears, which very, very powerful. Like, when you're in a cruiser, specifically Emil Burton, when you're in a cruiser like this, that power-up is very powerful, just being able to angle yourself correctly and get into spots that, like, you're able to be just so much more aggressive when you can go ahead and cut down it. And now we have the final round, and it's going to be that health peak. Königsberg once again sailing broadside to us. We're going to go ahead, take advantage of that, start firing away at him, do a decent chunk right there. And most importantly, our destroyer is playing the game right. He is going for that repeated health upgrade. So we now have 1, and I'm going to go ahead and try to snag the second so that we kind of make ourselves somewhat immune to some heavy damage. Also, we have Omaha coming in now, and we're going to go ahead. He's sitting flat broadside, so we are going to go ahead punish him for that. We do get the second health boost, so now we can kind of afford to be somewhat aggressive. Farragut pops up. He was racing towards that health upgrade as well, and he's now at close range. We go ahead, pop our sonar because we know he's somewhat horizontal to us, so torpedoes were most likely on their way. Thankfully, we go ahead, get them detected and avoid them, and we have the side benefit that even though he deployed smoke, he really has nowhere to hide now. Of course, Farragut probably going to be the more important piece to get off the map right now. Now that he's down, we'll switch back over to AP because we have 2 Omahas who just need to be hit in their sides a couple of times, and that is one thing I cannot wait to do. First salvo out, we did lose our gun there for a second, and we go ahead and take 10,000 damage. All 3 shells go ahead and register as citadels there. Beautiful. Sadly, next round up, we go ahead and get overpens. He turns out we get another 2 citadels. Omaha about to go down if we can go ahead and get another hit. We go ahead and knock out his, permanently disable his torpedoes, and we go ahead and rack up our first kill. And now we're on to the second Omaha. Both us and our friendly cruiser are going ahead and concentrating down on this Omaha. And then from there, we can go ahead and start sweeping across the map and take out some other people. Their Omaha, not quite fully broadside to us. Oh, no, he absolutely is. He's broadside, and Omahas just don't last long, as I'm sure most of you know, when they are not angled correctly. And he's angled for our teammate, but not for us. and that means we have the opportunity to hit him for some more damage. There we go. 4 citadels on him right there in that salvo, and he is not long for this match as what will probably be the last salvo. Nope. We go ahead, leave him with a sliver, and I think that means our teammate, yep, is going to go ahead and wipe him, and our an enemy Emil goes ahead and wipes out one of the oranges, and that means our team is the last one that is still up to full strength. Our Minkaze is still here, our other ship is still here, and guess what? We have double health boost, so we are going to be fairly durable. We're up to 66,000, 2 kills already, which is fairly nice, and we do have 1 person in the cap for the enemy team. Let's go ahead. We're probably going to go ahead and let the Minkaze go in, try to flank around this one guy who has his nose somewhat close to us. We go ahead, get spotted by that enemy Marblehead that's on the other side of that island. Of course, we know the Marblehead is the same class of ship as the Omaha, so if we can get a angle on him, we are fairly confident in our ability to sink him. But then we also see the enemy Emil sitting off the coast in just directly in front of us. So we're gonna go ahead. He's full health. We're gonna go ahead and deal with him. He's going to be the one that is going to be the biggest danger to us. One, he's in the same ship, so we know what he's capable of, right? We know what he can do to us, and 2, we're very confident against the Marblehead. But if we go ahead and mess up, the Emil can easily take us down. First salvo, we had a decent hit. Now we're gonna go ahead. He looks like he's slightly too angled, but I think this one we're like, oh, it's a ghost shell. We're gonna go ahead, get a little bit further back because he's being spotted by our teammate. The Emil concentrating on him, shells out, and sadly, I think, yep, they are all bounces because he is at a fairly good angle. That is the strength of the Emil, is when you are properly angled, it can go ahead and really bounce some shells. Of course, he starts to go more broadside as we switch over to HE. We switch back over to AP as he kind of starts to reverse out. We can tell he has also picked up a health upgrade because we hit him a couple times and he's already back to full health. He goes ahead and disappears in his friendly smoke. We're going to go ahead and say, you know what? He can't see us. Screw this. Let's go ahead and take out the Marblehead, who we know is just on the other side of this island. We get spotted. Marblehead can see us, of course. We are well within his smoke fire range, and that little dip in the island is enough to be able to spot each other through. We're going to go ahead, throw it in full speed. We know the Emil is a quick ship. It's a fast ship. So we're going to go ahead, pull off this quick little flank right here. We go ahead, pop our sonar just because we're going blind around a corner, which means he has every opportunity if he wanted to, especially because we are spotted, to go ahead and toss out torpedoes at us, which can absolutely ruin our day. So we want to just be careful on this. We're not seeing any torpedoes. We come around the corner and instantly citadel him, knocking him off the map, and not really giving him time to fire torpedoes if he hadn't thought about it already. Of course, the enemy Emil is now dead ahead. He knocks out our front gun, and we go ahead, return an AP salvo, and this is where we start trying to chip away at him. Sadly, once we are at this close of a range, we are just all getting overpens. Of course, as we do this, both of the remaining enemy destroyers go ahead and pop up. We're just going to go ahead and leave ourselves angled towards the Emil in case he decides to start to engage us, and then start chipping away down at these destroyers. We're going to concentrate on the T-22. That way, if we concentrate on the other guy, on the guy who's the last one on his team, it may not go well for us, and that's just because if we concentrate on him, then we're entering into a 2v2. But if we do this, we're still kind of splitting the forces where it's a 2v1v1, and that's going to be the better and more optimal strategy for this second. So we're going to go ahead, concentrate on the T-22, and besides the T-22, kind of the favorite in this fight. You're looking at a Japanese destroyer versus a Japanese destroyer, and as we saw there, Japanese destroyer just does not have the damage output to outgun German destroyer. So we go ahead, let the German destroyer get his kill, then finish him off and take the credit on that kill. Up to 4 kills, and there is 1 guy left on the enemy team, and that's when we know it's time to try and get the Kraken. Now we don't have any sonar left. We've gone ahead and used both of our charges, so we do have to be somewhat careful as we creep around this island. This Emil knows we are here. Sadly, those were some ghost shells right there. They went straight through the island and didn't do any damage, but we know the torpedo angles he is dealing with right now, right? We very much understand what he can go ahead and fire. We go ahead, kind of pop our nose out, and then go ahead and hit it in reverse as he is reversing out. This is telling us, yeah, he's definitely trying to go ahead and launch torpedoes, and we need to get out of the angle that he's able to launch at, right? We need to, if you kind of see where the 3 lines kind of extend out from the shoreline, we need to make sure our ship is fully behind that, because that's probably about the line where he went ahead and launched the torpedoes. So if we can get behind the line that those 3 create, we are going to be safe. And as we can see, torpedoes come in, we go ahead, make the full dodge, we start firing HE. AP still not being the most effective, just because we are at such close range. We are overpenning like crazy, and sadly, we are just not finding the Citadel. Of course, he goes ahead, hits full forward, gets on out of there. He no longer has his point defense. He no longer has those torpedoes to defend himself, and we do. So we're going to go ahead, get on in there. We can also see he is running his sonar because we are detected, and sadly our destroyer goes ahead and misses the Emil, and we are now hot on his tail trying to kind of save our destroyer. Sadly, we run our tail into the island there, kind of probably sealing the fate of our destroyer, but we're going to go ahead, get around, and we see that he has now launched torps on his other side. So we now know that his port side has the most recently launched and the newest torpedoes, or they are just recently launched. So we need to keep ourselves on his port side because he can't do anything to us, right? He has to go through that full torp reload cycle on his port side, so we need to stay on the left side. We're going to continue firing our AP, just trying to find the Citadel. He's gotten a little bit of damage done to him, thankfully, so we just need to keep our nose in. He's going to keep on firing HE. We're going to go ahead, go widespread, and sadly just fail at it right here. We go ahead, launch our widespread torps, but we're going to go ahead, continue our rear around because there's a good torpedo angle off our rear. Go ahead, fire our other side right there, and there is nothing he can do to avoid these torps. 1 torpedo, and he's done, giving us the Kraken and ending the game. And that, guys, is our is a fun old match in Arena. Let me know what you guys think down below. If you like the videos, go ahead, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. See ya.